guessing for Souness.
Yeah, gone.
Well.
Yeah.
So, and we've also seen United holding on to their goalkeeper Onana for the game against you. Quite a big difference in terms of join at times, a bit of an inconsistency there. I just wonder how you feel about that and if it feels entirely kind of fair to you.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's fair or unfair. It's just, each club can sort of deal with it the way we want, and there's other reasons for these kind of things. But no, I don't think it certainly doesn't. What other clubs do doesn't. It doesn't sort of affect me or the way I view it. Ultimately, we're bound by FIFA rules with these things, and we. We want our players to represent their country. They're big tournaments they're going to, and hopefully they're all successful. And more importantly, hopefully they all come back healthy.
Were you surprised that United got that extension on?
No, I mean, like I said, I spend zero time. I'm not bothered at all what other clubs do. No.
Matt?
Similar theme on losing the players and to the cup competitions. Would Spurs have to consider that now moving forward when they do enter the transfer market? Because 3 first-team players is a significant amount, and any more, I'm assuming, would be pretty catastrophic. So is that something the club have got to be wary of now when they look at signing players?
Oh, I'd hate for that to be the case, because you'd miss out on some fantastic talent. We've got a generational player from Asia that's been representative of our club, and if we lose him every 4 years for 5 weeks, I think it's a real small price to pay. And I love international football. I think it's important. I don't like the way the calendar has been crammed, but the events, the tournaments they're going to now are significant tournaments. They're not sort of just thrown together in the last couple of years. The African Nations Cups are very important. The Asian Cups are very important for these nations. You've got to understand that these guys, this is where they were brought up. This is where, a lot of who they are today comes from. And when they go represent and put their shirt on, it's not just another game of football for them. So I'm sure Sonny would love to have been here with us and Pape, but it doesn't diminish what they do there. And I would never rule out somebody because, they're going to represent their country. I think representing your country helps a player develop both professionally and personally.
You talked about Sonny earlier and what a good player he's been this season. And he's been nominated for the Player of the Month as well. The Asia Cup's been on the agenda for a long time though, so how long have you been preparing for this absence, and do you feel as prepared as you could be?
Yeah, we've been preparing since the start of the season, but I wasn't preparing to lose half a dozen other players at the same time. So, you kind of understand that. I mean, if we had some of our injured players available and fit, the absence would be diminished, albeit he's still a significant person at our football club. Like I said, it's not just about what he does as a player. He's the captain of the club. He's been our leader, our standing leader from day one, on and off the field, and it's a significant absence. So, but from that perspective, in terms of the presence he had on the field, if Romero and Madison were available, then yeah, you could diminish it, but they're not available. So, with all the other challenges we've got, it makes it more difficult. But it's been like that from day one. I think we've had to overcome these things, and it's just another challenge for us.
And Vincent Kompany at times this season has had some criticism from the outside saying we should change his style, adapt to the Premier League. Sounds quite familiar to some of the things that he's thrown at you this season. How much do you sort of respect the way he's stuck to his guns, and how hard is it to do that?
Look, I keep saying I respect every manager in the way they go about it, because I know how tough a job it is, whether that's in the Premier League or anywhere else, but it's obviously amplified here in the Premier League but we played Bournemouth on the weekend. I think there was similar criticism around Andoni's work at the start of the year. He stuck to his guns in the way he wants his team to play, and it's not easy, but ultimately it's the biggest measure of, I think, of who you are, what you stand for, because invariably if you change in that moment just because people want you to change and not because you feel it's the right thing to do, then you're on a slippery slope because those things never end. There's always challenges, you know. There isn't a manager, irrespective of where they are, even the ones who are on top still get criticised for something they do. So it's part of your existence as a manager. You need to embrace that and understand that. And like I said, the test then becomes is, you know, when people are calling for you to change something, and it doesn't mean you don't. If you think it's for the right reasons, then you should do it. But if you're just changing because you think it appeases or somehow will mean people cut you some slack, it just doesn't happen. It's a slippery slope. Like I said, you end up becoming someone you don't want to be, and ultimately you fail.
Hamza.
You've been coaching a long time, been to the company not so long, but you've both been in the Premier League an equal amount of time. How hard do you think it is for a young manager to learn their trade in the Premier League compared to other leagues?
Look, I think it's hard wherever you do it. I guess that there's more focus here for sure, but you also got more resources. You know, there are other managers who their first job is, you know, a real hard shift as well. You know, but wherever you start, I guess, like I said, the important thing is that ultimately you know, especially when you're kind of first getting into it, is that you kind of try and figure out who you want to be and how you want your teams to play, and every opportunity you have to do that you try and take. And it's obviously harder under the spotlight of a competition like the Premier League because every little thing gets scrutinised and sort of dissected, and there's plenty of opinion, plenty of advice, but ultimately you realise that none of it really matters if it's not who you are, you know. And but like I said, I've got great respect, whether it's, you know, somebody like Vincent who's in his first year and in the Premier League, and somebody like Roy who's, I don't know, then he's not escaping criticism either, is he? So that's your existence. Like, if you've got to understand that never goes away. It'll never go away. And as long as you know how to deal with it, and like I said, you don't allow it to change you, then you can live with it.
I appreciate that everyone's always learning all the time, but is there anything that you've learnt in particular over the past few months that you've
Well, I've learnt there's a word I shouldn't use from now on. So you're always learning, mate. You know, even at my age, and I've always tried to make it. Sort of, you know, a pact with myself that, you know, I'm never going to stop learning, whether that's about life, football, or anything else. And you know, I've enjoyed the experience so far. It's been everything I've kind of wanted it to be in terms of challenges and in terms of you know, the space I'm working in. But at the same time, I think, you know, the years of experience that I've had have prepared me well for it.
Matt, you got anything?
Yeah, no, I just wondered, do you ever picture yourself lifting trophies, as a more general question?
I've got real pictures, mate.
No, but I mean, you're obviously...
There's quite a few of them, mate.
It's mentally what I'm thinking.
Right.
Do you pick...
No, I just look at the ones I've got, mate.
You're lucky to be able to do that, but...
Yeah. No, I've earned them. I'm not lucky.
Put them above the ceiling.
No. I know what you're saying, but
Is that what sort of inspires you, spurs you on those pictures?
I like.
It's a debate between fourth, isn't it, and winning.
No, I get that, but like, I love winning, mate. That's all I've done my whole career, and I don't say that dismissively that I've got pictures, and I don't, you know, but no, I don't have them on my ceiling, mate, as you suggested. But I that's what drives me. You know, every year I start the year hoping that, you know, at the end of the year there is a picture of me with a team and lifting a trophy. That's what I've tried to do my whole career, and I've got plenty of evidence of that. So that's what my sort of intent is here. It's not something that I have to visualise, it's what I do.
I think Spurs have lifted trophies in the past. Are you keen on having those around and using those to motivate the players, to show them what it's like? Or are you somebody who finds shy a little bit of putting the pressure on?
No, they're around. They're around. The people who've had success at this football club are rightly honoured. If you walk in, you know, the home dressing room, that's the only pictures we've got up there. Teams and individuals that have won things, because we know how important it is to our supporters in this football club. So they are honoured. You don't hide those things away. you absolutely put them up as an example of who we want to be.
And because of Spurs' history, is it a bigger deal, the FA Cup, at this club, than perhaps it would be at other Premier League clubs?
I don't know about other football clubs. I'd hate to think there'd be any football club who wouldn't care about winning a pretty significant trophy. But certainly for us, we're like I said, we want to try and win every competition we're in, because I think that's the kind of the stature of this football club.
What do you do with your winners' medal? And are you someone who has a little trophy room type thing in your house, or is it put in the exit?
No, well, the thing is, like, and to be fair, my wife's in Australia at the moment, and she's been moaning about it as well. Is that we've moved so much, mate, that it's just, I don't have like a house where you go, you know what, I'd love to one day, and they're all somewhere. I've still, obviously I've got the Celtic ones because they've travelled with us at the moment, but all the other ones, I don't know, they're somewhere, they're packed away, but yeah, it's we've had an interesting sort of existence, not a normal one where you have, your family home, and I can set up that'll come at some point, I hope very soon, but we've been nomads a little bit, and you kind of live that sort of existence with all your possessions. I've got my family, mate, they're the only sort of trophies I need.